on the first podcast today, I couldn't think of anybody better to bring in for the first episode than Kevin Hutnick. He is the owner of Listing Leaders. He has a property management company and Once Upon a Child. I thought it would be awesome to sit here and hear about how you came to the success, the setbacks, and everything that came with it.
I'm all yours.
All right. So to start, I don't want to just dive right into it. Let's do a little bit of get to know you.
Sure.
Some fun things. So these will be easy questions and we'll get into the harder ones.
I'm ready.
Okay. So you're a car guy.
Yep.
What was your first car?
I had a 1994 red Chevy Cavalier.
Okay.
Pretty boring, but
Okay,
that's what I had.
So what was the first car that you got that was your most exciting?
I shop a lot online. It's like a relaxing thing for me.
Yeah.
And I would just go to work and Holly would log onto the computer or see the computer and be like, I'm so sick of seeing this car. Are you going to just go buy it or what are you going to do? So about 7 years ago before COVID, I purchased a Lamborghini. I was really nervous. I was terrified. It had to ship from Florida. It was really hard to write that check because you're taught to just, buy assets, not liabilities. I'm sure you know all about that. And I still have it. I really get excited every time I get in it and drive it. My kids love it. My wife hates it. It's very loud. It's very cramped. There's not a lot of amenities. There's no cup holder. But that was definitely the most exciting thing I think I've ever... exciting and scary. So that answers your question, hopefully.
It does. I mean, everybody knows it when they see the green Lamborghini.
Yeah,
Oh, there's Kevin.
I probably drive that more than any other Lamborghini owner. We... seems like we're always in it, me and the kids. So I pick the kids up from school. I drop them off. It's been about 6 or 7 years, and it's been great. It was a really, really nervous purchase at first, but I'm glad I did it.
Yeah, that's amazing. I figured it would be that one.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite restaurant? I see you on TikTok all the time. You kind of...
I love eating. It's like I'm really, really good at it. I love that. My wife thinks I'm really good at it. She's a workout fanatic.
Healthy eater.
Yeah, we have a place out in Vegas, and Vegas has the best food.
Yeah.
There's nobody even close. People can say New York, they can say Chicago, they can say anything they want, but Vegas is a melting pot of entrepreneurs and very creative and interesting people. Restaurants are no different. I think if I had to pick one, gosh, there's so many good spots in Vegas.
Okay, pick three.
I would say Herbs and Rye. That is like a Vegas local favorite. They're open till 3 a.m. every single night. It's a steak place, really, really dark inside. And the cool thing is that midnight every night they play 90s gangster rap from midnight to 3 a.m. So you can go there and get a filet, a really, really interesting cocktail, and listen to Dr. Dre while you do it. That's probably my favorite. Italian, there is a place called Capo's. It's a local favorite too. None of this stuff is on the strip. All the best stuff is off strip.
Yeah.
So Capo's is great. It's Italian. They have like a old school singer there every night that is in a fancy dress and sings like Sinatra stuff. It's great. What else? Breakfast spot, probably Hash House A Go-Go. That's a place that I believe originated in Indiana. They have 2 of those out there, and it's just the most bizarre, exotic breakfast places I've ever been. So I would say every favorite, hands down, Vegas.
Okay, that's good to know. If you're going to Vegas, there's your recommendations.
Yes. Yes.
All right. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Like work wise, or I would say business wise, work wise.
Yeah.
And you'll know this because you're an owner.
Yeah.
Is the ADR. I get so many agents that call and they're in a spot, and Holly hears it every single day. They call me freaking out And I say, do you have a fully executed ADR in place? Because that will save us a lot of headache and a lot of time and a lot of heartache.
Yeah.
And they're always like, oh, no, I didn't get that signed. So ADR is alternative dispute resolution for all of you realtors out there.
Yeah.
Some love it, some hate it. But I've learned that it really protects buyers and sellers and brokerages and broker owners. So that is probably my biggest pet peeve on the business side.
Just in normal life.
Normal life,
home
pet
life.
peeve. I'm so easygoing.
I can tell.
I don't have anything that bothers me. I'm alive and I'm kicking, and that's pretty exciting for me. Pet peeve. Personal life. I don't like the travel day. Like, I don't like the airport and how exhausted I am after a travel day, whether it be, somewhere close or somewhere far. We just went to Greece, and that was like a 13-hour travel day. Like, I don't like the whole baggage thing and waiting and flying and cramped spaces. I'm a bigger guy. I don't really fit in airplane bathrooms. So I would say travel days are probably what I don't look forward to the most, and it just bugs me. And Holly loves to travel. She's so good at it, and she's so happy all the time. I just don't like traveling. Like, the travel, once I'm there, I'm happy, but the travel day is probably the biggest pet peeve.
I get that. I'm kind of the same way. Just get it over with.
Awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
All right. So we'll dive into some of the deeper questions. Tell us about your startup. Like, when, I'm sure you've said this a few times before, but like, just a little, what made you start Listing Leaders?
So I was happy where I was. Bart and Stacy Vickery are very good friends of mine. When I took the real estate class, Tim was a great instructor, and he kind of scared me. He's like, you're going to get sued for this, and you're going to get sued for that, and you're going to get in trouble for this. So I think what I was looking for when I went to interview a brokerage, I guess, was, hey, like, once I get sued, are you going to get me out of trouble? I think that was my mindset and my thought the entire time. I picked Bart and Stacy because they were just so easygoing and so genuine and so great. And I would have stayed forever. I think they were more in like the retirement mode towards when I started. They were just looking to, I think, travel a little bit more and kind of chill. And, Bart just said, hey, you got this thing figured out. Go start your own and we'll help you. So that's what I did. I bought the cheapest building I could. It was right on Lincoln Way. It was $79,000, which those prices don't exist anymore. People started coming, and that was kind of the whole start. It was basically a push from them saying, hey, go start your own and we'll help you. And they've helped me to this day. I'm actually, me and Holly have dinner with them this Friday. So we still stay in touch. They actually now are at Listing Leaders now, which is awesome. They brought their team of 13 over in 2022, which was like the coolest thing ever. Like, I look up to them so much, and they've taught me so much with investing and rental stuff and business stuff and organization skills. I wasn't the most organized. I consider myself pretty organized now, but it was all due to them. So any success Listing Leaders has is mostly in part to them. So I think them being here now is like the coolest thing ever. So
kind of like my startup story.
Yeah.
I came to you.
I was so excited when you came. Like, I tried so hard to get you here, and for you to take a chance on a brand new company, like, it still gets me. It makes me so happy. Like, and you've been here a long time.
I've been here a long time, and I didn't really want to leave. So when I was like, I need something more, I want something different, and you're like, we'll open a franchise, and I'm like,
and the thing was, like, I'm a very good listener. No matter what Holly says, I think I'm a good listener. And when you guys came over, you're like, you know what, the current place we are, they're kind of in our business a little bit. Just stay out of our way and let us sell. So I stayed out of your way. And then when I heard that you wanted more, I'm like, man, that's awesome. Like, I had no idea. Yeah. So it just worked out. It was like a sad, happy day at the same time, because you said you were going to move on. I'm like, wait a minute, like, just give me a shot here and let's talk about this and figure out a plan. And you've done awesome. Like, it's just so cool to see and so cool to watch. And it's you do a perfect job all the time.
It's been an amazing blend of, getting that freedom to kind of like take the leap and have your own
Yeah,
situation. But like, I wouldn't want to do it under anybody else. People are always like, well, why did you franchise? Why didn't you just do it? I'm like, do you know Kevin?
yeah. No,
Like, do you know how supportive and like, I never feel like I'm alone. You're there to help whenever. I mean, like, there is nobody else I would have wanted
no,
to do it with
that's
than
really cool
you.
to hear. Like
Yeah.
I'm very passionate about trying to help people the best I can. I get really, really, um, I get really sad, if someone leaves or if someone chooses another place. And you would think, 10 years into it that it wouldn't like sting or hurt, but I'm like, how did I fail this person? So um, when sends me a message or a call that they want to grow or they want to start a franchise or they want to, take a leap, I'm all about it. Like I like to scale. I'm bad at so many things, but I really like to look at the bigger picture, scale and plan. And that's what, this is. And it's my favorite thing to do when people call. It's like, hey, I want to do this, or I want to start rentals, or I want to start flipping, or I want to open a brokerage. Like nothing excites me more than that. So I'm just so blessed to see your success and you guys grow. It's really, really cool. And there's 9 of these. So I get to talk to owners on a daily basis, and it's one of the funnest things that I get to do.
Yeah. You do a really great job.
Thanks.
Is there anybody at the beginning that said you couldn't do it? Or was there any reservation, or did you have any reservation at the beginning to take the leap?
Um, I've I've been underestimated my entire life, like whether it be sports or this or that. It's just something that I'm used to. Um, I'm I probably have a lot to do with that when it comes to just like dress and the way that I carry myself. But I've been underestimated since day one. So um, plenty of people said, "Don't do it. You're not organized. You don't know what you're doing." I've sat with people in the early stages of recruiting, and they said, "Oh, you need to get your sea legs under you, and you guys don't have never done this." I'm like, "Look, like." You're not going to tell me where I'm headed or what I'm going to do. I actually sat with a lender at one point and they said, "Well, you really think you can compete with this person?" I said, "We're going to destroy that person. So you can either jump on now or you can watch from the sidelines." So confidence is something that I've never been short of, but I'm very, very used to being underestimated and looked over and things like that. So there was plenty of that. But I think that's probably the case with everyone. I'm sure there's been plenty of people that have told you the same thing, or they've kind of, looked the other way or weren't very confident in this or that. But, I've always been told that, hey, the people that are already doing it don't know anything more than you do. They were new at once, and it's something that just got me excited. It was something I was kind of nudged into, and but I'm not any stranger to being underestimated and told that I can't do something. And now the way the world is, and with the internet, I mean, there's so much knowledge and power out there by just a click of a button. AI is amazing. I'm probably one of those guys that leans on that more than anybody. But it's something I've been used to forever, and it's something that'll, I'm sure, continue. But it worked out well.
I think you have to have a little bit of crazy to take the leap, and I think that that's what a lot of people it holds them back from doing it. Like
Sure.
they listen to the hard stuff that people are saying, "Oh, you can't do it," or "It's going to be so hard," or "What if you fail?" And it's like, I might be just crazy enough to try.
Yeah, I think crazy is important. I think
Yeah.
some of my smartest friends, and I have so many friends that are much smarter than me. I I think that some of my smartest, most organized friends are too smart to take the leap,
Mhm.
if that makes sense. So I think having to be a little crazy is probably important. It's probably necessary. I was watching something online last week that straight A students usually work for C minus students because it just takes a little bit of crazy, and and I've looked back so many times and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what am I thinking? Like, this is so much work and this is so difficult. I've wanted to quit so many times, and it's having a great support system, being loyal to great people, having an amazing wife. It's a combination of a lot of things, but you definitely need to be crazy to get into this business, one, and to open your own is it's pretty pretty wild sometimes too. I'm
It
sure
really
you know.
it really yeah, I'm finding out
Yeah, yeah.
for sure. What would be a time that you thought you were, like was there ever a time where you were, like, super close to saying, "I'm done. I'm out"?
Um, all the time, all the time. Every time that I try to do that or just think, hey, like, what are we doing? Like, this is so much work. Holly is usually the one to stop me and say, look, like, there's a lot of people here that need you and that trust you, and
Mm,
I'm very loyal to all the people here. The staff, the staff here has been here since day one. They never left.
mhm.
We probably have of our first 50 agents, I would say probably 45 of them are still here. So I'm loyal to them. I'm loyal to the staff. I'm very hands off. I haven't done transactions, as you know, in a long time. I always get really excited when I do one because I don't do
Yeah.
them. Like I announce when I make my first sale of the year in like November. I'm like just try to be funny about it. So
Mm,
um, I think that it's it's it happens a lot, you know, probably in every business. I mean,
mhm.
it's hard work, it's time consuming. There are people that genuinely, and I've learned this over the years, people genuinely hate successful and they hate happy. And if you're happy
Mhm.
and successful, kind of like you, there are going to be people that just don't like you because of that. And it's become so common.
Mhm.
The older that I get, and probably the more successful you get, that people generally don't like happy or successful. So um, there's been lots of times. I think it's gotten knock on everything. It's gotten a little bit easier
Okay.
in year 10, just because there's so many systems in place and we've gotten really organized and the staff has all been there 10 years. They know what I'm thinking before I even think it.
Mhm.
The girls are just so good. We have a great managing broker. My brother Chris has been the managing broker for probably 6 or 7 years now too. So there's nothing he hasn't seen with the agent count that we have, and no situation that he hasn't been in. So it makes it really really easy too. My phone calls have been very limited, in the past 2 to 3 years. So
It's a
um,
well-oiled machine now.
yeah, it is. It's
Mhm.
there are hiccups and there are times, but I don't think we're going anywhere. I've heard rumors that we've been for sale since day one, because we grew really fast and it really
Mhm.
intimidated a lot of people. People thought we were doing the wrong thing because we were growing so quickly. I've heard that we are selling. I've heard that we are moving away. I've heard that Kevin's dying.
Oh,
I've
no.
heard anything and everything that you can possibly hear. So nothing surprises me. I've heard that other people own it. I've heard that so many times. Oh, I didn't know that, this person owned it too. It's like, no, that's news to me, so
Yeah.
there's nothing I haven't heard, nothing I haven't seen. But it is difficult, and there's been several times. I think anybody that owns a business that says they haven't thought or dreamt of just riding off into the sunset is probably lying.
Yeah.
So it happens. It doesn't happen nearly as often, but there have been some very, very tough times, some tears for sure.
Yeah. So how do you handle the pressure of everybody kinda leaning on you and coming to you, like
The larger it's gotten, and I've told you, and I've told Brandon and some of these other owners, Susan and Sarah, that you know it's really fun when the brokerage is small, like boutique, like style.
Mhm.
It's so much fun because you're so close to people. Um, at scale, when you get up to 4, 5, 600 agents, unfortunately, it's one of those things where you don't know everybody.
Right.
Um, I try to do my best to know every single one, but it's definitely funner when it's smaller. And but the people that generally call me in the day to day things are normally the agents that I have the longest relationships with. I'll get a call from someone that's just not going to call Chris because they knew me from the beginning, which is fine. I'm happy to get those. So, um, a person like Chris who gets hundreds of calls per day, I don't get that. So. I'm happy to get those calls. I get excited when those calls come in. I don't come to the office a lot. Like my aunt called the other day and said, "Oh, I dropped something off for you." I'm like, it was weeks ago. Did they not give it to you? I'm like, no, I just haven't been to the office in weeks. So
Yeah.
I'm probably need to get better at that. But I think, day to day wise, it's a lot better than it was, I guess. Does that answer the question?
It does,
Yeah.
yeah. So, if you had to do anything all over again, if there was one mistake that you felt like you made, or is there a mistake that you felt like you
Oh,
would do? I feel like every day, like, we make mistakes all the time, but if there was, like, one that you could tell anybody.
I mean, people say it all the time. I got no regrets, and they don't. I've made so many mistakes. I have so many regrets.
Yeah.
Um, when it comes to business, I think that my regrets are that um, I didn't invest more in real estate sooner when prices were, so much cheaper during COVID or before COVID.
Yeah.
Um, on the brokerage side, I really miss those days when it was really small. Like I get really excited for you and for Susan and Sarah and Brandon and Dave and all these guys that have that small, tight knit feel.
Mhm.
That's something that I guess I do miss. I don't know if I regret it because the more people you can help, the better you feel. I think so.
Mhm.
That's probably something I miss or that I regret a little bit that it got so big. But at the same time, I really like that. I like that people have heard us. We hear it all the time. Are you nationwide? Are you a national brand? No, we're just somebody that really focuses on an area and that we try to be as good as we possibly can at. So that gets me excited too when I hear that, and I hear that a lot. So um, lots of regrets, lots of pain, lots of tears. But when people say that they don't have regrets, I think it's a little silly.
Yeah.
I think there's plenty of regrets and things that you wish you could go back and do. Some people that we lost, down the road, what could I have done differently to keep them or keep them happy? Whenever someone leaves, you're like, man, what did I do wrong? And
Yeah.
how could I have fixed it? And you beat yourself up over it. But everybody, you're not a fit for everybody, and I've had to learn that over time. But I've met so many great people just by doing this and by getting bigger and scaling and
Mhm.
having those uncomfortable meetings, with you and Chris early, like
Yeah.
I didn't know you guys. So it was just it's been a blessing and a curse, I guess, at times, but I'm happy I've done everything that I've done.
Yeah. What do you attribute to your success? Like, what do you think? Was it the crazy? Was it like one turn that you took that you're like, wow, this is where it blew up?
On the brokerage side, I think that in the beginning it was craziness. It was relentless craziness,
Mm.
sitting at recruiting meetings every day, um, communication, overcoming objections, figuring out what people like where they currently are, and trying to improve the brokerage with things that we didn't know. We didn't know what we didn't know. So when I sit down with somebody, I say, hey, what do you love about where you're at? Let's implement it today. And what do you hate about where you're at? Help me figure that out so I don't make you mad where you're transferring in and then transferring out 6 months later. So we are a melting pot of a lot of different people and a lot of different personalities. And we tried to do our best to figure out what worked for people, what people enjoyed and what people really, really liked and what people didn't. So
Mhm.
that was kind of the focus from day one. And it's still the focus, hey, how can we get better?
Yeah.
Nobody knows everything. There's no perfect brokerage, as much as you'd want that to be, but you're never going to be a fit for everyone. But hey, if there's something that we're not doing, there's no chain of command here. There's no, board. Let's just do it. If it's something that works and that can help people and get people excited and improve the experience for our client,
Mhm.
I don't want to wait 6 weeks. I don't want to wait till next quarter. I don't want to kick the can down the road in 2027. If I meet somebody and they're doing something that is really, really cool and we have the ability to do that, I'm going to change it today. So um, that's basically it,
Yeah.
really.
I think our industry, it's funny because, like, they wanna jump a lot.
Sure.
They don't look inside them and try to figure out what they could do differently and just figure it out at that brokerage. They're relying on the brokerage so much to work the miracle to fix
Yeah.
it. Like,
And I think there are brokerages that that will say that to people. Oh, we can turn you into
yes.
a 40 transaction agent when they're doing two,
Yeah.
or we can make you a millionaire. It's like, man, like it's hard work. It's a lot of work. And, you know,
Mhm.
8 out of 10 fail,
Mhm.
and that's nationwide facts, so, um, it's it's something where, we've been on an 11th or 12th stop for some of these agents.
That's a
I'm their
lot.
11th stop, and it's like, I understand that I need to set my expectations that they're not gonna be here forever. They're not gonna retire here. As much as I want
Mhm.
them to stay and retire here and be happy forever, I know that I'm just a little chink in the chain, as they move down the road on their journey. So,
Yeah.
um, I'm very grateful for people that have been here a long time. I think that it's one of the coolest things. But I also know that there are people that are gonna come here and get what they need to get and move on down the road to the next exciting thing. So, um, it's it's a melting pot of people that have come, and I know, even when I sit with someone, we've been doing this for a while now, and I've had so many meetings, and I'll know if someone has it or they don't. I'm
Mhm.
sure you're the same way.
Oh,
Like, I
yeah.
can I can know within 5 minutes if someone
Mhm.
has that fire, and they have that, that self accountability.
That's what it is.
It's everything.
Yeah.
It's really hard to go from a 9 to 5 to where you have a paycheck and it's coming. When you have
Mhm.
to hunt for your own food, it's exciting for me. I've always loved doing that, but some people aren't cut out for that, and it's it's a hard it's a hard pill to swallow,
It is.
and it will continue to be that way. I think it's a tougher market now than it was, let's just say, during COVID,
Mhm.
and you have to work a lot. But what worked today, um, won't work tomorrow, and what worked, yesterday is long gone. So
I think it comes down to the people's why.
yeah,
Why are they in it? Because if your why is like you have children depending on you, or if you have like you have nothing else and this is what you will go out there and you will find that food. You'll go out there and find the business and you'll wake up every morning passionate about it. But if this is just something that you're like, I just want to get out of the house, I can take it or leave it, it might be a little harder for you because I mean, this business is not one you get into and just wake up and make money. You have to wake up, grind, what you put into it, you'll get out.
and you wouldn't believe how many overconfident people I've met that have an unrealistic expectation that, hey, I'm going to be making this in 45 days. It's like, man, like, it's I'm not saying it can't be done, but it's going to be very difficult, and you have to be very, very aggressive, and you have to be extremely accountable and self-aware to
Mhm.
understand how hard that is. I have a meeting set for this Friday morning. Um, he comes from corporate America. We have a relationship already, and he wants to make the jump into real estate. And I'm very, very blunt, and I'm very, very honest at these. Same thing when people want to open their own franchise. I'm like, look, let's talk about this
You were.
first. You have to understand that
Yeah.
there's a lot of expenses, and there's a lot of work, and a lot of pain, so it's not going to
Mhm.
make a lot of sense until you get to this point, and I have a lot of those meetings, and it'll be no different on Friday. I'm gonna sit with him and just be very, very honest and let him
Mhm.
know how good of a situation he's currently in, and just do a lot of thinking. And when you think you've made that decision, step back and think even more, because
Mhm.
it's hard work.
Yeah, it's I have a lot of, like, stay-at-home moms that are like, it's a flexible job. It's really not flexible.
No,
There's nothing flexible about it. I've been on vacation. I've been pretty much every vacation I'm working on.
yeah,
I'm working nights when my kids are sleeping. You take calls at 10 o'clock. Somebody's getting off work then. I mean, you're never off the clock.
no.
Christmas, birthdays, Mother's Day, it doesn't matter.
I
You're
read a book.
working.
I read a book in 2016. Bart gave it to me. It was called 4 Hour Work Week, and that really helped me because
Yeah.
my last year as a doing transactions, um, it was crazy. It was 2016, early 2016, and I finished with 242 transactions that year,
Wow.
and I was working constantly. And
Mhm.
I picked up that book, implemented a lot of those things, and it really helped. I still use a lot of that stuff to this day. So it's just one of those things. You're exactly right. You're working all the time. You're working vacations. You're working this. I learned to put the clients into little slots.
Yeah.
Um, to where I wasn't going as crazy, but there are still times where it's not going to be convenient for you. And when you got a life and you have kids and you have a wife and a husband and other things that you want to accomplish, there are so many sacrifices that have to be made to do this.
Mhm.
And, if you rewind to pre-real estate license for me, which was 2012, I mean, I was in 3 softball leagues. I had a happy life. I probably had hair then, like it's a lot of work. It really is, but it's very rewarding, and you get paid for what you do. And the more you work, the harder you work, the more you get paid.
Mhm.
So it's very rewarding, but it is a ton of work, as you know.
Yeah, I'm finding out. I mean, things I always say, it's like you get into it what you get out of it what you put in. And also, like, now I'm learning, it's like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So,
Yes.
like, when you're training agents or whatever, like, I can provide things for you, but if you're not willing to
We talk about this a lot. Me and Holly, you can't expect you out of others.
others
You can't
exactly.
expect Tiffany out of others. As much as you want it, you can't expect others to want it as much as you. And you
Mhm.
are a hard worker and you do things so well. And I see how passionate you are, but to expect that from others is difficult. And when
Right.
you find someone, which I have, knock on everything,
Mhm.
I've found a staff that they care as much as I do. And that's why they've been here so long, and I'll do everything I can to keep them happy,
Yeah.
because it's very, very rare. It's a very, very slim group of people that will care about your goals as much
Mhm.
as you.
They're like a family. I walk into this when I drop off trucks and stuff, when I walk in, I'm like, I get emotional because I'm like, I miss them.
Yeah.
You've created a very good, like, family situation. It doesn't feel like you're walking into a business, but it's very warm and inviting and
And it's fun.
comfortable.
It's fun to watch people
Yeah.
win. It's one of those businesses where it's fun winning.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking when you lose a deal and when you get a upset client or an agent leave, but watching people win and people get excited and people grow into something that they may have never expected is awesome.
Yeah.
So it is a cool business, but there's two sides to it for sure.
Absolutely. It's very rewarding, but, like, yeah, it can take you down.
Oh yeah,
Speaking of, is there ever been it's like turning it off at night, sleeping, your health? Like, has there ever been like, because I know for me, there's been like, wow, I need to focus on my health
yeah,
here a little
yeah.
bit because you can
So I sit with these coffee guys every single morning, and they probably think I'm homeless. They probably think that I'm nuts. I sit with them every day at 7 a.m. They're all older than me, except for one guy. And we meet at 7 a.m. at different coffee shops in Valparaiso, and they talk about work and the grind and this and that. And I don't really talk about that. I do a lot of listening, and I enjoy just hearing about other businesses and other things. But this business has tried to take me down. In 2022, I had heart failure, lung failure, and kidney failure all at the same time. I was hospitalized for, I believe, 8 days or 11 days. And
wow.
I got there, and the doctor was my next door neighbor. I didn't even know because we worked so much and he worked so much. And they basically said, look, you're working yourself to death. And we had just, Bart and Stacy had just come over. I had purchased their office. Their team was over, and just it got progressively worse, my health. And I went there, and they said, you are just so messed up. So,
Oh, no.
yeah, you can literally work yourself to death, especially in this business, because, you see it's goal driven, and it's very rewarding, but you can also die. You can
Yeah.
literally kill yourself working. So, I sit with this group of guys. I'm very hands off now. I don't come to the office very often. I like to see the big picture. I like to lead. I like to lead from the front. I like to advise people. I like to meet with people, create relationships like I do with these coffee guys.
Mhm.
That's more my job now. I don't do transactions. I don't do, I'm not the first one there and the last one to leave. I've learned to manage the stress level, and I've learned to not work myself to death. So I meet with these guys in the morning. We have coffee and we talk. I hear about
Yeah.
their problems, and I don't have any of those problems. So I'm grateful and I'm blessed for that. But this business will take you down if you let it. You can set up meetings every single hour if you want, whether it be recruiting or lenders or title companies. I mean, you can literally have lunch 6 times. That's probably why I'm as big as I am. I could literally have lunch, every single hour if you wanted to. You could take a recruiting meeting every single day if you wanted to. And I had to learn that, hey, not every battle's mine. I don't have to do this many deals. I don't have to, talk with this agent or that agent. The 4-hour work week works really well for that. And I got away from that when we were building listing leaders for probably, 6-7 years. These last 3 years, I've really, really let my foot off the gas when it comes to growing and meeting agents and just trying to take every single deal that you can. So you can kill yourself. You can work yourself to death. I've learned that. It was a hard learning curve. But yeah, it absolutely can take you down.
So when you left the hospital right after that, I'm sure that was a big wake up call.
Yeah.
What was the first thing you changed?
Recruiting had to stop. That's something that's very exciting for me. It's kind of like getting a listing.
It's an addiction.
It's when someone signs on and they say, "Hey, I believe in you, and I am going to park my license with you." It's one of the most rewarding, exciting things, and it's addicting. It's like a drug. I stopped having those meetings probably 3 years ago. I will every once in a while, but I've learned that not every battle is mine, and not every agent is a fit. Now, for the most part, when people call, because we get a lot of people that want to come and call, I'll shoot them over to a franchise like you or any of these. If I try to find out where they live, who's closest, and that's your person, and I'll fill the rosters of the brand, but not at corporate. So we have. After I was hospitalized, we had about 240 agents at corporate. We're probably still right around that. So it hasn't grown. The corporate office hasn't grown since. So I don't take those meetings. I don't have those meetings. I don't chase. I don't, there are agents that love to be chased and they want to have multiple meetings and they want this and that. And I can't do it.
Promise the world.
Yeah, I can't. For my health, that was probably the first thing I changed. I stopped the one-on-ones every day. I stopped the lender meetings. I stopped the title company meetings. I stopped all that. So I would probably say, honestly, I probably have 1 to 2 visits in the office maybe per week for probably 15 to 20 minutes at a time. I say hi. I answer questions. I try to make a couple tough decisions per day. If I can make 5 to 6 important, difficult decisions per day earlier in the day, I feel like I'm way more effective in the morning than I am in the afternoon. That's a win for me. So the first thing I changed was how much time and how much pushing I did, because I love to push, and I don't do that anymore at all.
So if you weren't doing real estate, what would you be doing? Have you ever thought about, like, if you weren't doing this, something you haven't gone after yet? Because I feel like you go after a lot. You dabble in a little bit. How many rentals do you have?
51 doors.
You have 51 doors. Okay.
Me and Holly really like that. We enjoy that a lot. It's a lot easier than brokerage, that's for sure. What would I be doing?
Well, like when you're growing up, what was something that you wanted to do?
I wanted to be a professional umpire.
Oh.
When I was growing up. I like this. I don't have. I have a ton of regrets, but I don't regret doing this. So I really enjoy it. I enjoy helping clients, helping agents. Would I ever stop doing this? This is one of those things where, as you know, how many agents tell you every single day that they've been doing this for 30 years?
Oh yeah.
So I think it's something we can be doing for a long time. I don't see retirement in my future or anything. No. So I would like to spend more time. When the kids graduate, Emma just graduated, Levi graduates in 3 years. I would like to spend more time in Vegas because we really enjoy it over there, but not moving there for good or anything like that. I feel like we'll be local to the area forever. But retirement, I mean, it's kind of a weird thing, weird word, you know?
Yeah.
So what you do when you grow up, it's probably this. I mean, this is something that,
Mhm.
has been enjoyable, it's been rewarding, it's been cool to meet a lot of people, so I don't think much changes, to
Yeah.
be honest with you.
How do the kids feel about real estate or all of this? Like, what is they've grown up with it?
Yeah, um, they've probably seen a lot of pain.
Have they?
Yeah, so, um, I don't know if they'll do this. Levi really, really works well with his hands. Holly's dad was very, very handy and hands-on, and Levi takes after him a lot. Emma is a worrier, kind of like me, and likes to see big picture things. I think they'll get into the rental space. I think they see how rewarding and enjoyable and how much you can leverage time with rentals. So I think they'll probably do a lot of that. I can't picture either of them in the brokerage space. You know, after I almost died, um, we created a will and then a trust, and this stuff gets left to two people that are in the brokerage. It doesn't get left to the kids. So,
Really?
yeah, I don't. Holly and I learned very, very quickly that we don't want them in, engraved into the business. So, so two people are going to get pretty lucky when we die in a plane crash or something.
Do these people know?
Yeah, they know.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, we just don't want them.
Yeah.
It's you know how it is. It's an ego driven business,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of mean people out there.
It's horrible.
And Holly is licensed. She's been licensed for 10 years, and her first deal went a little south, and she's like, you know what? This ain't worth it. So
Yeah.
she did one deal and she retired. She's still active. She still kind of shows her friends some houses every once in a while, but
Mhm.
it's one of those businesses where people are just relentless and rude and mean. They don't respect your time. So, do we really want our kids in it? I don't think so.
I don't either.
Well, so
And my kids don't wanna be in it. They
yeah,
watched me go through it, and they're like, "That doesn't sound fun because 'cause you're always working." They watch me
yeah,
on like I said, on vacations and stuff, and it's like, "But you can have a 9 to 5 job
yeah.
and get."
They've witnessed a lot of pain. I'm sure, like your kids have.
Yeah.
So, um, is it for everyone? No, and I can't stop them from wanting to be in it if they want to, but
Mhm.
they haven't really hinted at it at all. So I can't imagine that they'll get into it. Um, and I have people here that have held their license so long here, and they trust us. We ain't going anywhere. So
Yeah.
I mean, we're not that old. I'm 47. Holly's 45. I mean, there's a lot of these managing brokers out here doing it till they're 85.
Yes.
So will that happen? I don't know, but I don't know if I want my kids in it, to be honest. So
Yeah, I don't.
we'll see. The future's scary and it's difficult and it's different, and you don't know what's going to happen. So
It's a career that if you wanna wake up every day and put your thick skin lotion on and go to battle,
yeah,
it's a career for you, and nothing's ever the same. No deal
and
is.
we've been lucky enough to have people that are just so genuine and
Mhm.
nice. I was telling Amy next door before you got here, I said, Tiffany is so nice. I feel like the people in this business will think that she's faking it, but she's just that nice.
Yeah.
I have so many people here that are just that nice. And it's one of those businesses where it's not very common.
It's
I've mentioned you a lot when I talk about people that are just that nice and genuine and real. I talk about Connor a lot. A lot of people don't know Connor.
Mhm.
He's just that nice. He's not trying to be a smart aleck or condescending. He's just that nice.
Yeah.
Susan and Sarah, same thing. Like
Super
people
nice.
think that they're faking it. They're
Yeah.
not. They're that way all the time. They're just that
I
nice.
want their energy
Yes.
all the time.
Yes. So it's one of those businesses where it's not the norm, but I have been blessed and lucky enough to be surrounded by a lot of those people, which is awesome to me.
Yeah,
So
that's amazing.
really, really cool.
What do you want people to say about your legacy?
Oh God.
It's a big one.
I don't like that word.
You don't like the word?
No, I don't like the word legacy
Why?
because I'm just a dude. I just
Okay, what do you want people to
if I were to die today,
Yeah,
I would like people to understand how much I care about
you
people.
do.
Like, I have so many people that dislike me and they've never met me. Like, I, Holly and I genuinely care about people. We care so much about how the place is ran and where it's headed, and
Mhm.
um, the people that are here behind closed doors, behind the walls. I think if I could be remembered, if I die today, about how much Kevin cared and how I didn't want anything from them. I tell people this all the time, even these people that I meet with, or even strangers, that I don't want a thing from you. I'm probably
Mhm.
the one guy that doesn't want a single thing from you.
And it's genuine when you say that, like,
Yeah,
you do that every single
I
day.
I don't want a thing from you.
Yeah.
We cared about the people that were in our lives or in our circle. So, um, if there's one thing that I could be honored by, if a plane were to go down today, is that we really cared about people.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know you don't like the word legacy, but I feel
Yeah,
like you said that perfectly.
yeah.
Like,
I I've hear people talk about that, and
yeah,
um, calling themselves an entrepreneur. I don't like any of those words. I just like to
do your
go to
thing.
work and let's have some fun, sell some houses,
Yeah,
make a little bit of money on the way, and try to make as few of mistakes as we can and learn from every single day if we can. But I think caring's important. I think if you care about people, you'll
mhm,
attract people that care about people, and maybe eventually at one point, we're not there yet, but maybe someday down the road, it's just a big giant network of people that care so much about their clients. The word spreads, and it's just we service people and help people accomplish their goals.
yeah. I mean, that's perfect. I don't look at legacy as, like, a bad thing. I look at it as, like, I kinda wake up and, like, what do I want to if something were to happen?
Yeah,
And it is. You want people to be like, "She really cared. She
yeah.
always tried. Maybe she messed up, but she always was trying."
I mean, we sat at a trust meeting. We had to do a trust probably. I think it was probably in the winter, and there were so many questions like that. Like, who do you want to do this when you die? It's like, oh, I don't. I've never thought about it. I don't want to think about it. I don't
Yeah.
want to even give you answers. It's just, I think it's, you know, let's just have some fun,
Just
sell some
live.
house, and live. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. It's one of those things.
So going with the living, what excites you about the future? Like, if is there anything like is it more
No,
traveling or
what excites me is, I guess, just we're such a tight knit group at home. Like, we have a group thread. The kids text all day at school, which
Aw.
that's going away next year in all Valpo schools. There's no more phones allowed,
Same in Duneland.
which is pretty bumming for us because we are so tight. Emma moves away in August
Where's
to
she
go to
going?
Purdue. So I think what excites me is just hanging out with the kids, and they're just becoming really, really cool. Like, they're just really, really cool young adults.
Yeah.
Um, you don't get much time with them. Like, they grow up so fast, and
Mhm.
18 years is like that. And I think what excites me is the next chapter, I guess. We're coming to a close on that. And what
Mhm.
is life going to look like when both of the kids are away at school or in their jobs? Levi got
Yeah.
his first job yesterday, was his first day working for the summer, and it was just so weird not having him around because he's the guy that keeps everybody in line. He's handy. He fixes stuff that we don't know how to fix. So I think I'm excited for that next chapter. Let's just say in 3 years when Levi graduates, like, how is that going to look? I tell Holly all the time, hey, you better be nice to me because when these guys move away, it's just me
It's
again.
I'm all you got.
Yeah. So you got to learn to like me again.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for that. I'm excited for where they're headed. It kind of sounds probably selfish or boring, but it's like I just they become such cool kids or cool young adults.
Mhm.
I'm excited to see what happens with that because we don't know. I've never been through this before, and it's Emma moving away is going to be a big deal. She moves away on Holly's birthday,
Oh, poor
so
Holly.
um, we'll see. You've been through that,
I have.
so
It's amazing.
we've never done that. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it's the best. I think having adult children and being able to interact with them more on a friend level than, like,
Yeah.
being so cautious about raising them and making them good humans, but, like, to be like, "Oh, they're good. They're turning out amazing."
I don't miss the baby stages, like the diaper
No.
stage, but this has been a really cool, like 5th, 6th grade on has been awesome.
Yeah,
So I don't know how that looks, but I'm excited for that.
yeah, Grandpa Kevin.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't know
I
about
know, I
that.
feel like that's a couple, like 5 or 6 years away from me, and I'm like, "Gosh,
We have
maybe."
a couple of close
Yeah,
friends that are grandparents. It just blows my mind. But
but I think it's gonna be really cool.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I think to be able to, like, spoil them and then
Yeah.
send it back.
Holly's pumped. I mean, if it was up to her, we would have had 15 kids. We
Yeah.
we we had 2, but she's excited for grandkids for sure. Over the moon, I'm sure.
I think I'm getting to that point
Yeah,
too where I'm like,
yeah. It's
I don't want it, but it's like,
yeah. I
yeah.
think it's coming quicker than we think.
Mhm. No, I agree. Yeah, we're gonna blink. Look at how fast our kids grew up.
Yes,
So what do you think the future of our industry is going?
it's exciting, and I think it's scary. I think it's AI is coming, which you either love it or you hate it.
Do you use it?
Um, I use it a lot.
I do too.
I'm really excited for it.
Do you chat all your feelings?
Holly is so jealous of Grok. Like I use
Oh, you
Grok
use
a lot.
Grok. Okay.
Yeah, Holly's so jealous that she talks back to me all the time. So I think she gets a little jealous of Grok because I ask her so many questions because I don't know a lot.
Yeah.
Um, but I think AI is great. I think for our industry, um, we talked earlier, like what works today may not work tomorrow. So it's scary, but it's also exciting too. I think open door becomes a little bit more common. It's really common out west. I think implementing AI, everybody was so worried about these changes a year or two ago with commissions and things like that. It all works out. I think it worked out for the better, to be honest. So I think there's people that get scared by change. And I think that people get encouraged by change. I think that, yes, I think the only common denominator is it will change.
Mhm.
It will be different, and the strong ones will adapt to it. It will weed out some people, but the people that are doing big things in the industry or locally or in Northwest Indiana, I think the people that are doing the big things that are hold themselves accountable are still going to do that. They're going to wake up every day. The sun rises every single day,
Mhm.
and they're going to figure it out, and they're going to succeed no matter what tools are available or are not available, whatever rules or regulations are handed down, whatever type of changes are done at the state level. I think that Tiffany's always going to figure it out. She always has, she always will. And the people that don't adapt or don't like change will find another industry to work in. So I welcome the competition. I welcome people to keep entering what we do. I think I've always had an abundance mindset when it comes to a lot of agents in our industry. And I think that the ones that have discipline, are confident, do the work, are self accountable, are always going to succeed no matter what. So
Mhm.
I'm excited for the industry. I'm excited for new people to get into the industry. I'm excited for people that have been doing it a long time to learn new things and allow the technology to make our lives a little bit easier and point us in the right direction. So I think it's a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. And I'm excited to see what happens.
How has it changed from the beginning until now? Like, how long you been doing it? How long you been in the
Um,
industry?
14 years.
Yeah, so I'm sure it's been a lot different since I got into it.
Yeah.
So, everything was like I remember when I first started, we didn't even do, like, dot loop or sky slope. It
Yeah,
was still
yeah.
paper files and
We
printed
had
out and taken.
files coming out of our ears.
Yeah.
So we implemented SkySlope probably in 2014, 2015.
Mhm.
That was awesome. I mean, any type of tech that comes through, especially when you're getting new agents in from other brokerages, we try to figure out what people love and do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think things will continue to change and be good and get better. But I think a lot has changed. I think a lot has gotten better. I think that the days of looking through books at listings, I
Yeah.
was never here for that, but That's changed. I remember when we had the little remotes with the type in the code for the box to open. We had the old super boxes. We have a new MLS. We have new documents. We have all of these things. And I'm sad to say, or embarrassed to say, that, when I stopped doing transactions, I don't really use a lot of that. I can't tell you the last time I logged onto Flex.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last time I've had a Sentry Lock app, which sounds crazy because I'm an active agent, but my focus has always been different, kind of leading the ship forward and moving in the right direction and creating relationships with clients and agents and things like that. So, our focus has always been different, but so much has changed. I mean, for an active agent, a top performer, so much has changed and so much has gotten better. So I forecast that to continue. And who knows how it's going to look in 5 years. It'll look completely different in 5 years, I'm sure.
It's very social media based.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to almost be like an influencer
Yeah.
in order to stand out, because there's 3,000 agents in Northwest Indiana, and everybody's taking, I've always seen like different kinds of media coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I first started, it was just basic, and now it's like full on movies and commercials, and you scroll through Instagram and it's so much creativity behind. You're an actor now.
Yeah. And I still think that it boils down to relationships. I think people are going to use Tiffany no matter what she's doing. I think if you can build that relationship and create a strong bond and let people know what you're trying to accomplish. I tell new agents this all the time. The difference between a good agent and a bad agent is a good agent lets people know what they're trying to accomplish, and a bad agent keeps it a secret. And it's still, to this day, we have agents that are so shy and just don't let anybody know what they're trying to do. And if you let your friends and family and your sphere and the people that like you, know you, and trust you, they're genuinely going to try to help you, no matter what. So I think it's still a relationship-based business. I think there's so many tools and so much social media, and I think it's all great. But at the end of the day, it's helping people that enjoy you accomplish their goals.
Yeah.
And as long as they know you're here for them and that you take it serious, you're going to continue to have great success. So it will always be a relationship business. It will always be an industry where face-to-face is important. And it will always be about using a person that you like, know, and trust. And people, I think people know what Tiffany offers and what she's all about. So it will continue to be great for you as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think just like the media and all that leads, anything that comes in, it's like it's a good foot in the door, but it's what you do with it after. So you could get handed a lead, but do you build that relationship and turn it into a referral later? Because if it's just transactional, it'll go nowhere.
And it'll be a rough life for you.
Yeah.
I think leads don't respect your time. They don't respect your opinion. And if you can build a business on, as Susan and Sarah say it all the time, loving on your people,
Yes.
It will be a much funner career for you. You will help so many more people. Your phone will never stop ringing. So if you can learn to build your business around the people that like you, know you, and trust you, you will have a very, very good career and a long career. When you live and die by the lead, it's going to be a very heartbreaking business, and it's going to be off and on, and it's going to be very sporadic, and you won't know where your next check is coming from. So if you can learn to live without the leads and learn to love on your people, you're going to have a really good life.
Yeah. If you're doing it to help people, if you're doing it to care about people, then you're doing it for the right reasons. And I always say the money will come.
Yes.
So I wouldn't do it for the money, but the money will come if you're doing it with a full heart of goodness.
Yeah. It's a cool business, backing up to 2016 when it was just so busy and so many transactions. It was never about the money. It was having fun and helping people and creating relationships. And I'll never forget, that year Stacy said, she actually came up and said, do you have any idea how much you've made this year? And I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I don't even know what day it is. And it was towards the end of the year. And she's like, you made $751,000 this year.
Wow.
And I had no idea. I had never seen money like that. And it was just, I was out doing the thing. I was showing houses. I was listing houses. I was having lunches with people, having fun, seeing the craziest houses, foreclosures, just going to all these different towns that I've never been in, and it was just it was fun. It was never about the bottom line or what the money was for.
You didn't even know what it was.
No, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, she could have said, I knew I was busy. She could have said 200 and I would have known that as the same. It would have been just as shocking to me as the other number she said. Same thing with checks. Like, we had paper checks at the time. We had a 13-person team and there was little cubicles. Bart actually called one day. He's like, "Hey, are you going to cash any of these checks? Like, I'm not a bank. Like, you got to come and get these checks and cash these checks." And had a big stack there. Like, how cool of a business is that?
That is really cool.
Like, when was the last time you heard that? And at the time it was, 2016. I was 10 years younger, and the kids were little, and I was just going out having fun, showing houses. Let's sell some houses. Let's make some money. Let's have a lot of fun. In sandals and T-shirts and whatever it was.
And I truly believe that's why you are in the position you're in today, because you weren't focused on that one thing.
As long as you're focused on the right stuff,
it'll
happen. So I think the industry's headed in the right direction. I think it's going to be a fun couple of years. I think there's a lot of money to be made with AI and with all the things coming. And don't be scared by it. Be excited by it.
There's so much opportunity here. And if you're ready for the ups and downs and the excitement and something new every day, then I say take the leap, because it's the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
Well, I really appreciate you taking your time out of your day and
Thanks
coming in today.
I didn't think I was exciting enough to be the number one podcast for you, or the first one, but it's been fun. It's been awesome. I'm so proud of you and excited, and so thankful that you finally came over after me bothering you for weeks, months, and years. 8. However long ago it was. So
that was also the other best decision I ever made. So, I mean, I really appreciate it. There was nobody else I'd rather, because I just know your story and I know who you are. And like, the minute I said I was going to do this, I was like, it's going to be Kevin.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.